Hey guys, it's Elton here, and we're doing another How to Be a Trophy Whore, or the Shameless How to Be a Shameless Trophy Hunter. Now, today's game is the adventure indie educational single player game published by Gamer Nest Nubla, released on the PlayStation 4 in November 19th, 2015. And this game has 20 trophies in it. So let's just have a quick look at the trophy list. So first off, we have Love Letter, Francois Clouet, the Love Letter 1570. Stories, and then we got so next trophy is Stories Told, Domenico Garolandio, Portrait of Giovanni Tornabuoni, 1489 to 1490. Then we got a lady's hat. These are all bronze, by the way. Hans Baldung Green, Portrait of a Woman, 1530. Then our next trophy is Abandoned Glove. Henley de Torres Lautrec, Yvette Gilbert, 1893. These are all like titles of paintings, I believe. Then we've got The Forgotten Vallis. Edward Hopper, Hotel Room, 1931. Then we have Moon, Max Ernst, Solitary and Conjugal Trees, 1940. Then we've got the Nine of Spades, Balthus, the card game, 1948 to 1950. Then we've got the Blue Horse, Franz Marc, The Dream, 1912. So these like the name of the artist and then what the painting is, what year it's made. Then we've got Tree, René Margriette, Le Clef de Champs, 1936. Then we've got Summer Cloud, Emile Nold, Summer Clouds, 1930. Memento Nubla. You've completed, and then our next one is Gold Trophy. Sorry, I'm not really mentioning what kind of trophies these are. So our next trophy is Gold. It is Memento Nubla. You've completed every drawing of the museum. Then our next trophy, which is also gold, is Whispers in the Dark. You've taken your first step. Is that seriously gold? You've taken your first steps into a strange mansion. You can see why this is a strange trophy list when we get into the game. Bring us the light. You have brought back the light to the world in Nubla. The woods of vanished faces. You have walked through the trees that whisper stories. The blue city. You've discovered the blue city. What the blue sea hides. So these are all gold, as I said previously. Then we got Nubla. You reached the place where Nubla awaits. Then we got Ascent. You have entered the rotating house. Then we got the Alpine Hill. You're taking your first steps in a new world. And then we got the end. Congratulations, you've completed Nubla Part 1. And so this game has 20 trophies in total. It's got 10 bronze, 9 gold, 1 platinum. And the platinum trophy is just called platinum. You've been awarded the platinum trophy. It's very simple. Now, let's just move into the gameplay. And so you can see what I mean by some of these trophies are very strange. Okay, guys, so this is Nubla. This is going to be a speed run because I spent 2.5 hours last night playing this game on my alt account because this particular game because I missed a collectible on the very last mission, and there's no mission select, so mission level. There's no level selected, so you have to go right back to just start and redo the entire game. So I'm pretty confident I can beat this game in the 30 minutes that most people say they can finish it. So you want to go play here, and then first strat is to keep spamming X and choose the boy, because who fucking gives a shit about the girl? Okay, so I did change my microphone levels slightly, and audio volume slightly, so maybe the video won't be too bad. So this is chapter 0. Basically, what you need to know about this game is that every chapter gives you a trophy, and every collectible gives you a trophy. Some of the collectibles are kind of hidden, but they're pretty easy to get. See, I've already got a trophy. At the start of the game, you just want to keep heading this way, and that green hair kid, you want to select him because he has an ability which he wants to get 2 of the one or 2 collectibles. Now, I'm constantly pressing X here because I can, and plus it skips dialogue quicker. Now we have to be careful here. Not really. It's not too hard. It's just this game's got very slow movement speed. And so it's very easy to get impatient. Now I do have a strat for a little bit later after we select our character. Because once you select a character, you don't have to select it again unless you want to. Like all the kids have different powers. But I only know what the green kid does because he's the only one you want to care about. So I got a strap for moving through this place and getting through it quickly. This is the green hair kid, I believe. Yep. Now you want to go here, press circle. When you press circle, you have to be standing still, and you want to press up on doorways. Now here is a little puzzle. This game's a puzzle game, and I hate this puzzle. I hate these sort of puzzles because it's not that ever hard. It's just that they're just annoying, and the game doesn't have the greatest movement speed for its analog stick either. But once you've got it memorized, it's pretty. Oh shit, wrong one. Once you've got it memorized, it is pretty. Wait, I did hit that one. What? That's weird. Anyway, so it is a bit clunky. I'm not gonna lie. But if you don't know how to do the puzzles, it's. Oh shit. See, this is why I hate them, because I can remember a little bit, but I can't remember all of it. Sorry, give me a moment. Once you've memorized, like, the puzzles, some of them actually are kind of not tricky, but they are a bit weird. Now, the strategy for this is to be constantly pressing up and X to skip as much as you can. Okay, so this is our first puzzle. This one's pretty easy. It basically tells you what you need to do as you go along. Now here, you can actually, if you want to be super quick about it, also in the loading screen, your character can move. I discovered that one. So with this, I did skip a portion of that level just by constantly trying to move, and your character will move, and it does. And you know you're moving when it does tell you things on the screen. Now that's your first collectible. That's not story related, so you get a trophy for it. Now you want to pick up the candle, and to skip that text box you have to press circle, which is weird, I don't know why. No, it's circle. Anyway, so you want to take the candle. Jumping doesn't make your movement speed quicker, I don't think so at least. And then to place an object, you have to press triangle, and then you pick up the object that this painting drops. And then you want to pick this up, because when you're moving backwards and pulling a box, it is quicker. And you want to give it to this owl face. And you want to pick up the necklace and move this closer, and then give it to the duck. Then you want to take this and then move back over here again. And you always want to be going backwards when you're moving an object. And you have to take it all the way back to here. To the very last painting on the right here. And it's like this, like, I don't know what it is. It's like an anteater, but not really an anteater, you know. It kind of reminds me of a possum, to be honest. Now you got this unicorn horn, and fortunately enough, we don't have to move the box in this section. And we can just place it there, and then pick up the this like passion fruit, and place that into the beach scenery here to get us a key, which we use to open the door, which is in the middle of the room. Now, I know I've set a precedent that these were going to be funny videos where I just take shit out of the game. This game, I kind of like it. I like the art style. I like the whole idea behind it. Now, you want to pick up this hat here. Now, for whatever reason, they made it so that this is a time. This is a not time, but a event activated moving platform, which I don't get. And you can actually get stuck on scenery. So, and then place your hat here. It might sort of get a graphical glitch where it sort of disappears a little bit, but it's not going to matter. Then you want to jump onto the windowsill here, get yourself another collectible, And then you want to move this box all the way back because it moves that to platform, and abuse the quicker movement speed. Well, I'm not certain it gives you quicker movement speed, but I want to believe it does, because it does definitely seem like you're moving quicker when you move backwards with a when you're pulling an item. Now I want to get up here and take this hook, and I wouldn't try to jump because you can get stuck in the scenery and it takes longer. Take this hook and unlock the door here. But you want to pick the hat back up and give it to this painting over here. Now this painting's got a little bit of strat to it. You want to sort of be as far to the right here to give it, so you can jump onto that platform first cycle. So then you don't have to wait for it to go all the way back down to the bottom and then come back up. Now here you want to play it safe, so you don't get caught on the scenery. And now this is why we need to use this kid here, so you can save a little bit of time. So stand still, press square, and you can teleport through his wall. This is this kid's ability, and you can give this painting the helmets, and then do the same thing to get out of, back to the other side of the wall. And here you can just jump and land down to here. See, what's that? I mean, you can get caught by a series. You see how long it took the platform to get all the way bottom to start going back up again. If you didn't get that first cycle, then we would have been screwed. Now here you want to start pressing circle, so you can spam this memo away, and that's this chapter complete. Now you want to follow this kid again. There's not too many chapters in this game. There's only a few. But this next level has three... The first part of this next level has three collectibles in it, so you want to pay attention to this segment because you can easily miss one. Considering that one of them is sort of hidden, if you don't take the intended route, I guess you could say. Now here, I am technically moving right now, and as I'm moving, I'm not really aiming in a specific direction. But you want to take this rock, move it back all the way through here. See that moon? That's not a moon. That's a collectible. And you want to jump up to get it. And then you want to pick up this little piece of mirror here, because that's part of the puzzle for this. It's not really a puzzle, unfortunately. It's more of just a collectathon for... That's what this game kind of is. I wouldn't really describe it as a puzzle. It's more or less a collectathon. Now here you want to leave a gap, so you can get jump on top of here. It's the only time you really need to jump to get this collectible. And you need to go back for another piece of glass. Now, as I said before, you want to push this over backwards. Now, this is going to be a rare case I'm pushing forward just to get this as close, because you don't need to go on these platforms. Now, go through here. There's another collectible. That's the third collectible. And here we start assembling the mirror. So we need to go back, and if you get a good cycle on that platform, you're in good shape. Basically, it takes a little bit less time to do it. Now here you want to crouch. Unfortunately, to do any action in this game, you have to be standing. You can't be moving at the same time. You have to be standing still. Jumping's one of the rare cases that you don't have to be standing still, but if you don't get caught on scenery, then you have to stand still. Now that also the reason why you want to be able to move through that rock is so that when you come back through, you can just jump over it instead of having to crawl under it. Got another good cycle on that platform again, but I got stuck on the scenery, as you can see. Not to worry. You jumped a little bit higher. I don't know why. It just seems like it's a little bit higher than it was in the last mission, last level, I should say. Especially in the second half when it kind of matters. Now there you can actually get stuck on the scenery a little bit, so you'd have to come back off it. Now the reason why I'm collecting the ones further away first is just so that it saves a little bit of time. Now, for whatever reason, you can't really jump off that either. Looks like I'm gonna hit that again, which is nice. Place it onto there. Got two more pieces. One of the pieces actually here. I thought maybe I can try and just get it from the platform, but unfortunately you can't. And then the other one's where that little spirit dude is. Now, after you put in the final piece, you want to pick up the mirror. Sometimes it's a little funky with picking up stuff in this game. So you sort of have to keep tapping circle until it works. The mirror is one of those things where I found it's not really too responsive. Then you want to press up because that leads to the second part of the mission. Level, I should say. It's not really missions, it's levels. Now here you want to use the teleport ability. And to teleport you have to be standing still. I don't know why they made it to so you have to be standing still to use any action. And you get this tree, which is a collectible. And then you want to teleport back through. And jump up to where old mate is up here. Now you want to walk away to the right here because that activates this little event. As legitimately just a jigsaw puzzle. It's pretty easy to work out. You don't need a guide or anything like that to work it out. It's fairly easy. Basically, you got the four corners have those angled lines on them, so you know which corner goes where, and then from there you can just sort of work it out. And they're always the same mix. They're always jumbled up the same, so you can actually memorize how many times you have to click each one to get the correct image. Now this part, I haven't actually counted how many times you have to do it, but this part you could go a lot quicker than what I'm doing now. And as soon as you put the last piece in that is put in, it automatically completes for you. And you want to jump over here, and that completes this chapter. Now you want to turn to the right here and follow this kid. Unfortunately for this game, the platinum is doesn't actually pop until after the credits. Now this mission is the Blue City. The Blue City is pretty easy. I did have a glitch of it yesterday when I was doing the second playthrough of it because I missed a collectible. This is actually the second last chapter in the game. This is actually the last chapter in the game which involves any sort of puzzle, I guess. Now you want to actually crawl into here because this is where another collectible is. And you have to be, for whatever reason, you have to be standing up to get the collectible. I don't know why. You have to be standing up. Now you have to go up here and place your lock piece in here. Now there is a skip you can do in this first little door you have to go into. You don't want to get that skip. I got it yesterday when I was doing my second playthrough, but I already got the collectible first time around, so it didn't really matter. The skip involves you. I'm not going to move at all. You can actually, with the skip, just get a higher jump because the game's a bit buggy that way. And you can actually just hit that lock piece without actually needing to go through this little section where it raises the water and raises all the items so you can actually jump up to it. But because there's a collectible in this room, which I need for the trophy, I'm not going to do that. I'm actually going to get caught on the scenery, apparently. Go up here, get this briefcase. And then... So you can actually jump up to there using my little trick where you can just move during the loading scenes. Which is actually kind of cool, because it just shows that the loading screen isn't actually its own room or anything like that. It's part of the level itself. As you can see, as I said multiple times, you can get caught in the scenery. You don't really want to get caught in the scenery because I don't know why you get caught in the scenery. It just happens. Now there's two more lock pieces I need to get. It's pretty easy to know which buildings to go into because there's always an open door and it always highlights what it is. Now you want to jump onto this box, hit the lock piece there, move backwards because you always move faster when you're backwards, and yourself outside the in the museum instead of in the world of paintings is out there. If you're actually wondering what the story is about, basically you go to a museum and you fall asleep and you wake up and you find you're the only person left in the museum, and you find these kids. Actually, I think you're just in a dream. I think this is all just a dream, and these kids sort of represent your imagination in paintings and the imagination designs required for paintings to exist. Now, this is a really easy puzzle. I know some people do like a really long way of doing it. It's not. You don't need to do a long way. It's very easy. So you want to move this kid over here, then this kid over here. This boom. That was slow. It's always the same. Like, there's nothing randomly generated in this game. Everything's the same. Now you want to start moving to the left and jumping, because as soon as you get the lock piece, you can see, that's the jump I was talking about. You can get a special jump, a boosted jump, if you keep jumping during the loading sequence, and that's how you can get the first lock piece without needing to go through the entire puzzle. Now here you want to go to this bottom piece here first, then big square piece, and then to this piece here. Now I had a glitch happen to me yesterday where these weren't like locking and unlocking properly. Then you press up, go through here, as I said before, nothing's generated randomly, so all the puzzles are always the same. Now you want to do top one 3 times. Oh, it was twice. I think it was twice actually. Bottom one 3 times. Second one, middle one 3 times. Sorry. 2, 3. I need to do this one once more. And then this one once. And then that solves this chapter. There's a lot of loading screens, you can't really skip anything. Movement speed's slow. But you can move into the memento there and skip it moving away to you. Now you want to follow the kid again to another painting. And as you can see, each time we collect mementos, there's more paintings filled up. You're not going to fill all of them up. You'll see why you won't actually end up filling them all up. As we move along, move into this painting now. This next chapter is very easy. You can actually... There we go, got it. You can skip because you can move during the loading sequence. You can actually skip the part where you get the memento. I should have shown that on screen, but basically all you need to do is just keep moving right and jump, and that little rock that I was crawling on, that's the very edge of that left edge of that has the memento piece in it, and as soon as you hear the sounds that it always plays when you get a new collectible, you just press circle to pick it up, and then you want to start crawling under, so then you can just get through this as quick as possible. This is a very, all this chapter contains is just this puzzle. And you just have to line up these lines. It's nothing hard. And as soon as you do it, it automatically does that and exits the level for you. And it goes through this sequence, which is a slow sequence. It's longer than what it needs to be, but that's kind of the general consistency of this game. Everything takes longer than what it actually has to. Now you want to follow the kid again once you get into the overworld. Now, this is the last chapter in the game. Well, actually, I wouldn't really call it the last chapter in the game, because you'll see why in a moment. But as I just said, well, this chapter does have a puzzle in it, but it's nothing hard. Like, the hardest puzzle, there wasn't really even a hard puzzle in this. And you're back on this part again. And then this is just an auto-scroller. As I said, there's no real hard puzzles in this game, but there's sort of, You do have to think about it a little bit if you're not using a guide or anything like that. I obviously used the guide when I played through this game because I wanted to know how to do everything as quickly as possible. And then I played through the world of Nubla, and I just memorized all the puzzle, where everything is in this game to be able to do it as quickly as I can. Now you want to move to the left here, get this memento piece, and then you want to move to this candle over to the right here, pick it up, and then place it here to light on fire. Then move it to the corner of this table here, place it there. Then you want to jump onto the table here and knock the shadow of that to pick up this brush, and then that's the thing. And then you want to talk to this kid. Always keep doing that. And then you have to actually go follow him to this direction to then move in this direction. Now, this is actually the last chapter in the game, the last little segment in this game. And it'll bring us all the way back to our very first chapter, well, to chapter 1. A little bit of homage to chapter 1 here, which I think is kind of funny because I've been playing this for the past 20 minutes. Like, I don't really need an homage to chapter 1 already. Maybe if it was like a 10-hour game, yeah, maybe an homage to chapter 1 would be fun. But also now all the paintings start talking, going, "Remember who we are, don't forget us," all that bullshit. Which is what leads me to believe that this is just a dream world and you're just asleep, and all these kids are just figments of your dream, figments of your imagination, all that sort of stuff. And you want to keep walking all the way to the end of this corridor to the left here, and just keep going and going and going and going and going, because there's nothing left here until we reach this segment here, which we put paintbrush down, pick up the boat, and then we get to the auto-scroll part of the game where all it is just the credits. And you can't skip the credits are unskippable, and the Platinum Trophy doesn't pop until the very end. So you don't get the Platinum Trophy until the very end of this credit scene, which is unfortunate because it's like a 5 minutes credit scene. It really is. Like, I'm pretty sure I'm going to be on pace for sub 30 gameplay here. I'll put a timer in the screen as well, just to show how quickly you did it. But at the same time, like, why even make you sit through the credits like that? I just want my Platinum Trophy to pop now. I guess I understand that that they want you to read some of the things in the credit scene, because some of it is like appreciations and thanking people for their help and all that. But yeah, that's been Nubla. It's an interesting game. It's not a very thinking game. It's very much play it in half now. I mean, do I think it's overpriced? I mean, this was about 15 Australian dollars on the PlayStation Store, so yes, I do think it's overpriced. It's not as overpriced as what Abe's Animals was, where $6 for a 5-minute game. I mean, I'm roughly paying $1 per minute for that game. For this, it's $14 for Nubla, and I'm paying about 50 cents, roughly 50 cents per minute of gameplay here. And if you're judging your games in that sense, you're not getting, like, a reason I like trophy hunting is that you do get your money. Generally you do get your bang for your buck. Games like Bioshock and Bioshock 1 and 2, games like Call of Duty World at War, especially Borderlands, all that sort of stuff. You can't just do it in 20 minutes. It takes you hours of work just to do it. And so that's why I like those games. That's why I like trophy hunting, because it gets you more bang for your buck for your games. While this and Abe's Animals, you don't really get that sense of satisfaction, I guess, of knowing that you got the most out of your game possible. But in saying that, this is your Shameless Trophy Hunting Guide. I purchased this game specifically just to get the easy platinum and the trophies. Like, there's no other reason for me to own this game besides that. And plus, it's interesting just playing other people's works. playing people's works of art. I mean, this game is a very art-centric game. That's what the story is centered around. So, I mean, it's the unfortunate thing about this game is it's got nothing to draw you into it. There's no real. There's nothing. There's nothing to draw you into the game. There's no real. You play a kid. You wake up in a museum and you pick a kid to play as. And if you pick the right one, you're just going to get everything you need without, and you can do everything on playthrough. I guess the only reason why you would want to replay this game was to check out the other abilities that the other kids have. Other than that, this game has zero replayability. But did I have fun with this game? I mean, when it didn't glitch out on me and all of that, I liked it. It's how do I say it? It's very. You could play it while watching a YouTube video. It's one of those things you can just do because you can. Like, you don't have to play this game and be concentrating on it. You can play this game and just play it just because you can, really. Can you complete this game quicker than I did? Yes, you can. You can very easily complete this game quicker than I can. Especially if you're not going for collectibles, you can save a few seconds. Not going for collectibles. Why was I so concerned about how quickly I can get through it? No, it's not that the fact that I was really into this game should only take you this long to play through. It's more that once you know all the puzzles and once you've memorized everything and you know how to do everything as quickly as possible, you can. It's interesting to see how long it takes to get to platinum because if you go on a website like PlayStation, not PlayStation, on like such as PSN profiles, you can see who the quickest times are, and and like the times are like sub 30s, like in like the 20 something minute marks, and like it kind of interests me because like I think this is probably my best run, and this is like sub 30. Like just sub 30, not like a couple minutes sub 30, but yeah, it kind of interests me to see to know how quickly people can complete the platinum in this game. I don't think you can there are a few areas which I think I could have gone quicker, but there's not a whole bunch of places that I don't think you can go quicker. And I love this. Nubla is a multifaceted universe. There are many other components besides this game, workshops, working groups, all that sort of stuff, like apps and all that stuff. Like, dude, guys, your game isn't that good. The only people who are buying your game are people like me who want to get the trophies for your game. No one's buying it because they want to see the story and they really like it. One thing that actually interested me was that this was produced in Unity. Does it actually interest me? I guess I've done a little bit of work with Unity. I don't know how to code games. I don't know how to do anything like that, but I've played around with Unity a little bit. And like, I guess some sections are very, like, you can understand the Unity aspect of it. And like how it is Unity, but like I didn't picture this as being a game made in Unity. I guess Unity is a very popular engine, not engine. I think Unity is an engine. Isn't Unity classified as an engine? Not. It's more a platform, I guess you could say, that because it's free and I guess developers are able to. Indie developers are able to create their works on it without having to pay substantial fees, like other services. I like this. If you have not found all the memories of Nubla and remain blank pictures while you're waiting for a play again, recover what you've left. Like, I don't mind that, but if they gave you an option to actually do like a chapter select, it'd save people so much more time. It really would. Like as I said last night, I had to play through the game basically 3 times because at one stage the game glitched, so I couldn't get past a certain section, and then and the platinum trophy should be popping. There we go. Trophy earned, memento of Nubla, and then platinum trophy. Here we go. And thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next. Hey guys, so thanks for watching this video. This video was a bit different to make than what Abe's Animal was. Abe's Animal was there's no content to that game. There's absolutely zero content to that game whatsoever. It's just a game to scam parents and kids into buying a game and to get trophy hunters to buy the game for easy trophies, which works because I bought the game. Nubla, on a different circumstance, though, is a game which I feel like was intended to be purchased and enjoyed, and that shows through the gameplay itself and the art style and the effort and how confident it feels like they were with the game and the premise. If you paid attention to the credits when you play through the game, it actually says they have like a lot of big ideas for this game, and the platinum trophy, no, not platinum trophy, but the very last trophy you get, which is game end, I believe, it says you've completed Nubla Part 1. So there was an intention to make multiple versions of this game, to make a Part 2, Part 3, all that sort of stuff. And so I feel like they tried to make a game which was enjoyable for people to play through. And as I said in the gameplay section, it is one of those games which you can just knock out in 30 minutes and just sort of not really pay attention to it. And I feel like that's how it is enjoyed. That's how you should enjoy it. And even though I did say the $14 which I paid for the game wasn't really justified. It wasn't justified. So that it was 50 cents per minute I was playing the game for, basically. And let's just go with the basis where this is my first time playing through a game, because I've spent a few hours in this game on my alt account. So I've spent maybe 3 hours in total now on this game. So I've definitely gained my money's worth when I do these videos, because I multiple. I played the game through multiple times, and so I feel like I feel like the trophies in this game are intended so that they're easy enough. I'm not sure if this was intended or not, but they're easy enough that that trophy hunters, including platinum hunters, because some people want to be classified as platinum hunter, others want to be trophy hunters. I feel like they're easy enough and it's alluring enough for people to buy the game, which I believe would be intended if I was a game developer and I wasn't confident or I wanted people to play my game. I'll make it so that it had easy trophies and and try and get a platinum trophy in the game, because you get more people who are going to buy it if it's going to be easy trophies. But at the same time, is a 30-minute game really justified buying if it costs you $14? I guess not really. No, it's not really justifiable. Like when I spend $17 in a game, you can spend $17 in a game, well, $17 on a game like The Binding of Isaac, or even nowadays The Binding of Isaac Afterbirth Plus, and you can get hundreds of hours out of a game. But that's just a big comparison between the game like Nubla, where it's not really intended to have more than one playthrough, compared to The Binding of Isaac, where there's so many unlockables and there's so many things you have to do in the game. It's designed. The whole premise of the game is designed that you restart, that you have to keep playing the game over and over again. And it's got that replayability. The only replayability I see in this game is seeing what the other children do, what their powers are. Now, as I said in our last video, I do have a Patreon page up. It's not really flashy. It's nothing special like that. So if you guys want to help support me, that'd be great, because I do keep mentioning prices for games. These are Australian prices, because I want you guys to sort of understand that if you want to be shameless trophy hunters, you are going to have to spend money on pointless games like this. And I feel like the Patreon page is a good way to sort of help subsidize some of those costs and help me produce more content. I mean, it's not something you guys have to do. I really don't care if you give me money or not. I just want you guys to enjoy the videos, to see different games, how easy they are, and to help you, to sort of give you an idea of what games are very easy to get trophies in. I mean, a game like this, you spend half an hour and you get a platinum trophy. That's if you're buying a game purely for trophies, this game is a great bang for your buck. It's like 1,400 points, or whatever, for your profile. Well, go ahead, but spend about $14 and get that game. But if you're someone who's not a hardcore trophy hunter or isn't willing to spend that money into trophy hunting, then I wouldn't really suggest getting Nubla, because you're not going to get the satisfaction out of it. I mean, I've played through the game 4 times now. and I'm still not really satisfied with the per. I'm satisfied in a way because I get to make this content for you, and I get to play through games which I would never otherwise buy. But in saying that, like, if I was buying this with the point of view of I want to play and enjoy this game, I feel like I would get more frustrated than enjoyment out of this game, especially with that very first puzzle, because I hate those puzzles, and the puzzles in the game. One of my problems with puzzle games in general is that they're either so hard that you just can't. If you have to have a different frame of thinking to work them out, or they're too easy and they don't take any way of any form of thinking to beat them. Like Nubla, I'm sorry Nubla, but you are a very easy puzzle game. Now, in saying that, I don't mind Nubla. I really don't. It's not too bad of a game, but I wouldn't buy it. I wouldn't recommend someone buy it unless they purely want trophies, or they want to play an indie game which is just kind of weird. But anyway, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. I mean, I think you guys can obviously guess what our next video is going to be, but I'm going to save that one for the actual video to come. I'm not going to spoil anything, but once again, please think about becoming a Patreon. It only takes $1 a month to help support the series, because I'm not looking to make money on the series. I just want to help subsidize the cost of buying some of these games, because, like as I said, $14 for this game. It's like I'm getting I'm getting the most I can out of the game, but like $14 for a game like this, $5 a game like Abe's Animals $1 goes a little way. I'm not gonna lie. Anyway, so I'll see you guys in our next video of the Shameless trophy hunting series. Peace.